We are a family of 6 who call the ocean our home. We feel incredibly blessed to do this life together, and we have now sailed halfway around the world, crossing oceans, exploring cultures, finding waves, all while raising a family and leaning into the highs and lows of life at sea. The adventure is far from over as we continue our mission to circumnavigate this globe. So jump on board, have a laugh, and let's see where this journey takes us. Welcome to what is a slightly different episode, where we take a deep dive into what is the backbone that powers happy days. And that is our batteries. We're doing it. We're going lithium. It's happening right now. We're going to take you on the journey. Come and see what we do, see what we learn. I think you're going to like it. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, we've done it. Bring it in. Yes! We have considerably more power on board. This is a massive upgrade and something that has been on our radar for quite some time.
Yes,
and
definitely.
Finally here. We are pumped, excited and stoked to be partnering and linking arms with Battle Born.
Yes.
Goodness me, these guys know what they're doing. I get into their sort of specs and text stuff and it just is mind-blowing in a good way. Their support already has been out of control, which is a credit to them.
Yeah.
I think it's really important to take the opportunity to determine where we are at the moment, what is our current setup, and what sort of difference are these bad boys going to make. Currently we have 800 amp hours of gel batteries. It's the old lead acid technology. They're big. They're heavy, and they've been working. However, they're heavy.
So heavy.
And they're a wee bit inefficient, bless them. In as much as we have 800 amp hours of gels, but only 50% capacity, which means we only have 400 usable amp hours. Do a wee bit of technical talk as I sort of cozy up to our new price positions. What's our system going to look and feel like, broad brush, as we get into it? 3.2 kilowatts of solar panels. That's a mixture of hard. We have about half, 1600 watts is hard, and the rest are flexible. They're running through Victron MPPT chargers. We've split them up into 7 different banks. Again, redundancy in our mind was the way to go. So in other words, we have 7 functioning MPPT chargers. Each of the rear hard panels are running through its own MPPT, and then we've split the balance of the flexibles up into different categories as well. So we've got MPPT, Victron MPPTs charging the batteries from that side of things. Our 9 kVA generator, which is a Northern Lights generator, is our redundancy. Actually, that's what we have at the moment. I have some ideas about how we could change that moving forward, but we'll get there another day. So that produces more than enough to charge the batteries via the multi-pluses, which are inverter chargers. We're going to have 2 3,000 watt inverter chargers, which gives us that 6,000 watts total usable. And that's really important because we keep coming back to the water maker, but this is the main thing for us. We have a great water maker. It's Osmo C CL200, 200 litres an hour, but it uses a bit. It sort of kicks up, I think, around the 4,000 watt mark when it first starts, reasonably hard start, and then comes down to, I believe, about 2,600 watts from there. So we need that 6,000 watts of inverter power to run things. I think that's the main catalyst. There's some bonuses that'll come from that as well. From a drive engine perspective, we are at the moment planning on continuing to use our standard Yanmar alternators that come with the engine. So if we think we've actually got on board, as we are, 4 different ways to charge the batteries, and that is 2 drive engines, the generator, but more to the point our solar, which is what we rely on the most. So yes, that's what the system is going to look and feel like. We're taking out 800 amp hours of gels, putting in 900 amp hours of lithiums. So there's some stuff that we're doing. We're going to put in a servo as well as a different battery monitor system that you'll see from Victron as well. That's going to be a bit fancy, and I'm sure it'll be great. But there's a whole lot of cabling and RG45 cables and stuff like that are part of the install. On the spot, what does the things in front of you mean to you and your lifestyle?
Grinding the water maker without using the generator! Which
more water, more hot water.
more sustainability.
AC if it's sunny.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Just more freedom with power.
Yeah.
I think that
Yeah.
would be
Definitely. Yeah.
So let's talk actual weight, actual numbers. 100 amp hours, 31 pounds, which is about 14 kilograms. So that's for 100 amp hours. That means it's 28 kilograms or 62 pounds for 200 amp hours. We were running 200 amp hours with our gels, 64 kilograms or over 120 pounds. It's actually slightly less than half the weight. Mind blowing.
More power as well.
More power as well. So I often check myself when we get other professionals to come and help on board, going, why don't you just do it yourself? It's because I don't know all the information. And I think it's good to stay humble. We've done enough research to know that, for argument's sake, cable lengths all need to be the same, and that how the system's going to talk and how it's going to work. But there's just some things that we don't know. And if you don't know what you don't know, get the people who do. And that's one of these scenarios. We're happy to do the grunt work, happy to do the heavy stuff. We always say, albeit they rip these batteries out so quickly. We're always happy to say, whether it's a mechanic or a rigger or an electrician, we say, put us to work. We just want to learn. We're happy to be your lackey, and always be by their side, because you're learning more about your vessel and the systems from someone who does it every day, and that is gold. First things first, shade. That's classy, but we need shade over this space. We're just making some modifications. Okay, welcome to our utility room. This is where it all happens. Everything sort of leads here and leads out of here as well. This is our battery space here. So we've got two shelves where we have 2 times 200 amp hour batteries sitting in here. There's a fascia that comes on here to keep it nice and tidy. We're just going to do our first. I did some measurements a little while ago now, and I'm reasonably confident we can get the 9 in. So I'm just going to do a bit of a test install now that the big boys are out. We can get the lightweight, nimble, powerful ones in. First of all, these don't have to use a halyard to get them in. That's a lot easier. All right, let's get these batteries moving in the right direction. Cheers, mate.
Alrighty, more batteries.
Welcome to the inner workings. The bottom shelf is a wee bit trickier. The top shelf is looking all sorts of good. This bottom shelf here has a slightly bigger recess, which you wouldn't think would be much, but it's a wee bit of a squeeze. But I got the first one in, so let's have a play with this one. I need to move my leg out of the way. Oh, we're in.
Yay!
We're in. Get excited, Ted.
Woo!
Look at it. Oh, so good. There it is. The next step is connections. So we're just sizing them up for the battery terminals. We'll be cutting the wires, crimping the wires, making sure each cable length is the same so that we're not drawing down on some batteries and not the others, which is a risk you have if the cable length is incorrect. So,
And vice versa, charging as well.
Charging.
Charging one more than the other.
spot on. So
Yeah,
that's the next step.
sure is.
So these guys here are going to be the connections between each of the batteries. So all needing to be the same length, all nice and tidy.
So we have just been doing up all of the terminals. So we've got altogether 18 terminals to do up.
Push it right the way in.
You're putting in like a don't fall off batteries little thing.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Nice.
This is the first time Bells has seen the new battery bank.
It looks really good. Not so saying that. It looks really good.
Negative come to number 1 battery, then negative go to number 2 battery, and from there to number 3 battery. Okay, but
So what I wanted to confirm was that this cable length
104
inches, and it's actually the length from the negative to the bus bar and from the positive to the bus bar is the key.
Yeah.
Okay, understood. Thank you. I thought that's how it worked, but I need to understand. This is a little more my spec. Dealing with wood and sticky stuff. And in effect what we're doing is a servo is going to go on this piece of ply, and we're going to just stick a piece of ply out behind here somewhere. Okay, so rather than drilling into the boat, we're going to drill into the ply. So we're going to trim this guy, screw him on, well, stick it up, screw it on. That's the plan.
Charles, I'm asking this for.
Yeah. Dad, so Dad, yeah, Dad will say we'll have something. We just need to know.
Don't touch anything on the way.
Yep, committing. There forever now.
It's not coming off that one.
Whack in there, some screws in it too. Bells does not want to lose out on all of the electric work. Look at this guy. Fuses anybody?
No.
I may have just snacked on a bit of sourdough. So I've just been tidying up in here with Bells. But now it's time to go and see what it looks like out there. Kid was out there championing still is, championing the goings on out there. And I was surplus, because he's got it. We did a couple of other projects. Nice, Bells. This is the workings. Our main shunt, both positive and negative, comes through the bulkhead here. And while we've got everything out, we're making a racket. That's what we're doing. Ted just did a hand test on the new battery bank. No heat, no smoke, no fire, no flame. We're on. We're using them.
Yeah, we are.
Yes, Usman.
Very
So Ted and I are just having a debrief. The champions that gave us a hand today
good. Yeah.
did an amazing job.
Oh, so good.
It was great to work with them. They led and we followed, and it's good to be humble. But we are now, I mean, we're still a pigsty, don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah.
But we are debriefing your comments on the work in where the house batteries are.
Oh, it's just so tidy and so perfect. Like, everything's perfection.
Yeah, it's lovely. And the fact that the batteries actually fitted in the spot that they needed to, we didn't have to cut
Yeah, we were thinking we might have to modify
too much.
it. But
Welcome to the world of lithium, Pep.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm glad you're here.
yeah.
Like, it's a backbone of your electrical system.
Oh, totally.
And
like,
you can take it for granted.
We use it to flush the toilets. We use it to like wash our hands.
Well, you need to flush the
we
toilet.
use it like for so much more than we realise. It's such a big thing.
Can't wait to put them
So
through our
happy.
paces. Yep, let's do it. So whilst upstairs looks like Spaghetti Junction, school has moved
I know,
down below.
it has.
Right, back to it.
Yep.
How you doing?
Oh, you goose.
So we've just taken out our trusty on-off switch for the inverter, replacing it with something a little more technologically advanced.
I'll go downstairs. Got it. Running.
Question time. We've got the power for the servo that's coming through. I understand that. That's the thinner wire. We have the two thicker wires, inverter related. Is it one per inverter?
So AC power in for charging system
Yes.
and AC power out for inverter system.
Okay. Back in it goes. That's a win. It's just come alive for the first time. It's pumped. Here it is. The new and improved. We are currently just hooking up the servo in behind here, and that is the brain in layman's terms as to what gives us some information. Meanwhile, while we're installing servo and whatnot, there's some big business going on up here too. That is going to be Marble Run, Joel. I've found I've had to remind myself a wee bit as to why we're getting after this, and the outcome is amazing. When you're in it and you're running cables and you're thinking about this and where's that going to go and how does that work and what's that, you can get a wee bit overwhelmed. But then you go, but we're doing this for all the right reasons, right? This is going to be a significant outcome when it's done, so can't wait for that. You look good. The school space has now pivoted to the workspace.
Oh yeah.
Yes, ladies.
Done.
We're starting to get somewhere now. I'm very happy you're here, Usman. I would not know how to do this. The idea being that as long as there's Wi-Fi on the vessel, we can see what our batteries are doing wherever we are in the world, which is...
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool. That's
That's
unique.
new.
That's new.
Wow.
That's definitely a bit different.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Lower. We're full camp style now, aren't we? We've dropped it. The rain's pegging off. Trying to get this done. We're close. Very close. I find myself doing a lot of sort of looking and staring and looking over the shoulder, to be honest. I can tell you the amount that I've learned over this lithium install about our current systems and cable runs and breakers and amperages, and I knew the stuff was there, but I have a much more in-depth knowledge now. So I stand here watching, just looking for those nuggets, you know, those takeaways that you didn't know, and now you do. Sort of like you don't know what you don't know, so get after it. I'm certainly not an electrician by any stretch, but yeah, I really enjoyed the journey, even though sometimes I find myself going, man, but then I'll pick up a nugget and I'll be like, worth it. That was just called Debrief. So, what, Bella Rose, would you like to know?
The main things we achieved today.
Main things we achieved is we got this guy working. Look.
Oh, the fancy touchscreen.
Yep. We've also run the cabling, the AC cabling for the new inverters that are coming.
Oh, yeah.
So that's in
correct.
place, waiting for the inverters to rock up. And then we've just installed two fans coming out of the battery box, and also hooked that up to our generator locker blower, so that, and we have a temperature sensor on it that we can set. So when the temp in the whole area increases, they all come on. So whatever power source we're using, hot air out, gone. That's the update for the day.
Now it's a massive power cupboard.
It is. Maybe that's what we should call it.
The power cupboard.
The power cupboard.
Not the Jenny locker, the power cupboard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you are doing prepping dinner.
Yeah.
You're amazing.
You two were standing
Yeah.
there being somewhat bored.
Oh mate, we were like, just let us. Oh, it's like watching paint dry, watching somebody prep cables and join them, and they're doing an amazing job. But I'm like, Gah!
Dad comes and sits down and goes, I'm so bored right now. I'm like,
But learning, and asking all those awkward questions.
at least he has some grace. He is answering.
He does have some best, you're right.
But I think at the end of the day, he'd be like, oh, do we have to go to his boat again?
Not true. Not true. It's amazing to see them up close, eh?
Dad, I need to go forward more.
No.
That is from the river. The river run to here. No, not like river water. But like,
that was a
we came up that river. Look what we found.
Secrets. We are currently on our way back to Reback Marina, but we had to get out for a little outing.
Coffee!
We went and found a coffee shop, and we came up this river with all these fishing boats. It's so fascinating. So this is what the backside of Malaysia looks like. It's really sweet. We have just had a massive week. We installed our Battle Born batteries, our lithium batteries, and we are now running on lithium, which is super, super exciting. We've still got a few more jobs to do there, and hopefully they'll start happening this week. But yeah, we're kind of ready to leave the marina. It's been far too long.
Get the dock lines off, please.
Yes.
Please. So what we're doing at the moment is prepping for tomorrow, where the Orions are going to be installed. So just marking up some pieces of ply that we will cut and ultimately stick those on overnight, the bits of ply, with the idea of screwing into those tomorrow. But it'd be good if they had good adhesion first. Alright, so just down here is where our bit of ply is, and that is where a little blue box is going to sit now. It's going to change the whole aesthetics of the engine bay. Up a shelter on the port side. Nice work, ladies. Yeah.
This is master.
Okay, so master has consistent green, slave has flashing green, and that's how it should be. Murder on for the first time. Bells gets to do the fun bit.
Label
Printing the
them.
new labels and what
yeah.
they mean rather than rip bits of tape.
It's a fun job, you're right. I don't know if it's good or bad having a temp reader in the engine, in the generator locker. You guys are like, oh, it's like 34 degrees out here.
It is 34 in the locker at the
Not
moment.
good out there, man.
I'm just, well, I've got the fan set at 35. I'm keeping an eye on it, on the actual ambient temperature, because if that thing goes off, he's gonna poo his pants. You've been waiting for such a moment as this.
To pull the sticker off.
Yep.
We're done.
Bang bang, we are done. Bella's birthday present is coming together.
Oh yeah!
Sails up. Docklander. We've still got to get that.
Still got to get. So our shore power
We've still got to get that off.
is fused
Oh, yeah.
to the power box on the dock.
To snap our power line.
We would have to cut and run.
Cut and run.
Cut and run. Oh, sorry, Reba.
Oh, you should totally have us at your marina. We're talking about cutting and running our shore power cable. So this is how we've ended up. Still just pretty chilled 34 degrees, but these two here are our 230 volt inverters. This one and this one, 120. Batteries in here with the new ventilation system. Looks a bit primitive, we might make it look a little nicer, but it certainly works. Thermostat, generator. So we've got our breakers over there. I need to shut that lid. Here's a random fact. That cup has sat there for 3 years with random bits in it. Yep, doesn't even have a handle. What's it doing there? I don't know, it's just one of those things that you go, alright, you've done well. Keep doing it. That is a wrap on the lithium upgrade. Install is complete. Stoked. Well done to all of you over there. I couldn't have done it without you. I love it that you just came back for the best bit. The finale!
Yeah!
Come on, let's put these Battle Born pieces of kit to the test.
Yes.
Like only we can. That's so good.
Let's do it.
But it's time.
Get excited. I'm so excited. Here we go. Loud noise, guys. Engine on. Yes! The sound of movement.
Ah, so good. It's time to go.
You ready for port?
Ready for port.
Loud noise.
Water. And take us off. Nice. And dock line crew, let's do it. Alright, jump on the helm, sweetie. You good, Ted? Here is the stern line.
Alright, don't leave the captain behind.
Alright, in we go. Forward on port, please. Alright, see you later. We're away, Rose. You. Right, look at this. We are pumping in 103 amps of solar right now, or 1800 watts. We are a couple of months on from the lithium upgrade. The Battle Borns have not missed a beat. They are genuinely plug and play. We pulled the old gels out, we put the new lithiums in. No mucking around with the BMS or configuring that. They are internal BMSs. The plug and play is real. We can confirm that. And remember reading it before we started, going, I hope it works. It does work. What does our system look like now? We have 900 amp hours of Battle Born Lithium that can all be used. So we had 800 amp hours of gel with 50% capacity. We now have 900 amp hours of 100% capacity. So we've more than doubled our battery bank size. We have 3.2 kilowatts of solar. That's a split, half hard panels, half soft panels. We have two 3000 watt Victron multi plus inverter chargers. Now, you may have seen that we had 4 blue boxes sitting up in our forward locker where the batteries are. That's because this vessel, Happy Days, runs both 120 volt and 230 volt AC throughout the vessel. Yes, that means
Not
that
at the same time.
we're not at the same time. That means wherever we've got a 230 volt plug, we have a 120 volt plug. Thank you to the prior owners who were up in the States. So in effect, we're only using 230 volt, but we have a mirrored system for the 120 if we were to ever plug into a dock up in that part of the world. Ignoring 120 for the time being, back to 230. the inverters have been doing it and doing it well. They have not missed a beat. They're charging well. They're inverting, and largely it has just doubled down on our self-sufficiency, and we're stoked. Every time I switch the water maker on without having the generator running, which is how we used to have to do it, I'm still internally stoked, right? Because in effect it's solar power through our panels making fresh water for the family, and filling the tanks, which is gold. So yeah, a couple of months on, would I change anything? I'd love more solar, but wouldn't everybody? Like, you don't really meet someone who go, oh no, I've got enough. You're always like, oh, a bit more would be good. But yeah, just stoked. The Orions, we're going to do something there. We've got 30 amp Orions on each engine, and it is limiting it a wee bit. We just did 1100 nautical mile passage, and we sailed 98% of it. We had some cloudy days in there, and very, very limited amount of motoring, so we did need to put some sort of power into our batteries, because we were at sea. When there's no sun, there's no charge. So that's probably the only takeaway. Whereas just to have that additional redundancy of more power being able to be generated through our 80 amp drive alternators, we're going to do that. Otherwise, when the sun's out, gold, we are getting it done. We would, based on our solar, which we have,
Lots of panels.
3.2 kilowatts of solar.
I don't know the numbers.
Lots, we do have lots.
I know what they look like.
We have a decent solar array.